Hi everyone, Courtney here. Welcome back to another weekly channeled message. This is for February 1st through the 7th, I think. Um, Tuning in today. So last week, it felt like this week of like integration, like incubation, just kind of finding some stillness, finding some healing. We had the full moon. Um, and just kind of sitting with that and sitting with ourselves. And this week it very much feels like, okay, let's get back to business. Let's hit the ground running. Let's go. Like we've had our time. Hopefully you found some time to just kind of relax and turn everything off and just be, right? Um, and this week it's like, okay, we got stuff to do. We got to get going. But here's the thing, Mercury just went retrograde too, and so like for the next 3 weeks, Mercury is a planet of communication, and I always like to use, it happens like 2, 3 times a year, Mercury retrograde, like not a big deal. I like to use that time as like a social media detox because typically communication technology is all kind of like wonky, right? Things are miscommunicated or they're not working or um, things are left unsaid or whatever. So feeling into the energy of this week, it feels like, okay, let's get back to business. Let's get our stuff done, whatever we're working towards, whatever you've been dealing with lately. You know, you might have just kind of put it on the back burner last week, and that's totally fine, right? We all need those periods of just rest, essentially. And now it's like, okay, let's get back to it. But with Mercury being retrograde, we don't need to broadcast it. We don't need to like tell everybody what we're doing. Like this just feels very much internal. Like, okay, let's get back to you know what we need to focus on, what we need to deal with, and just kind of tune everything else out. Right? We don't need to be telling everybody what's going on. We just need to be focused, right? And down the road, once changes occur, which when projects are made, whatever it is, right, that you're dealing with, if you are dealing with like some wounding or trauma or whatever, we're going to be reemerging kind of like totally transformed. And it's going to shock everybody, but it we're doing the inner work, right? We're doing what we need to do for ourselves. If this makes sense. That's what I got this week. It's very much, it feels like let's just stay focused, stay in our lane. Don't worry about what everyone else is going to think or do or whatever, right? Let's just get laser focused and get back to work. So whatever that looks like, whether you're working, on yourself, on some healing, on a project, switching careers, or um, creating something, right? This can be applied anywhere. So, um, yeah, very much feel the need to just kind of keep it to ourselves right now, right? We're still kind of incubating, we're still kind of transforming, but we need to actually start doing the work. Last week felt very like feminine, soft, restorative, and this week it's like masculine, like, okay, let's get going, right? We got to have a plan in place. We have to take action on what it is that we kind of stepped away from last week. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say to that. But it's still this like incubation period. It's still inward. It's still, we're kind of keeping everything to ourselves, is what it feels like needs to be done, right? And later down the road, a month or two from now, right? 6 months from now, whatever it is, right? That you've been working on or that you wanted to release with the full moon last week, if you did any like full moon rituals, it is all, it's all going to be witnessed, it's all going to be seen, but later, right? We don't need to share anything with anybody right now. They'll see it later. Right now we're working on ourselves, with ourselves. So hopefully that makes sense. Um, I did want to pull a card for you this week. This is my Goddess Affirmations deck. I have a few of these left on my website for sale, and these are all just affirmations. I just wanted to pull something. Plus, February 1st, I'll be announcing February's Goddess, which I'm super excited about. And oh my gosh, hold on, that's not right. You guys, I threw cards everywhere. But the same one keeps popping up for me, so I'm like, it's not the card that you need though, so hold on. I'm gonna laugh if it's the same one, you guys. Okay, so this one's from Persephone. I don't know if you guys can see it. It says, I lovingly accept all parts of myself, the light and the dark. Together they make me whole. And that kind of goes back to like the integration, whatever you're like, if you hopefully you found some time to just kind of sit and be and relax and rest. But also give yourself some love, right? Some self-love, some self-care rituals, and just really take care of you. So, and Persephone is the goddess of spring, and she's also queen of the underworld. So she's this beautiful contrast, this dichotomy between light and dark, right? And recognizing that we are whole, we are complete when we love ourselves, like all of that together, right? We get so hard on ourselves sometimes, right? Tearing ourselves down that we're not good enough, for trying to be perfect, which just doesn't exist, or just hating parts of ourselves. And maybe that's what you need to work with this week, right? Healing some of this mentality, and really bringing some love and some grace and compassion to yourself, right? And working with that. So yes, I'm going to leave that there. Wishing you all a wonderful week, and I will see you next Monday.